Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or much depending on your location. Please join in the struggle to liberate our people from the contraption. Like and share videos, news updates. Tell Tinubu to obey the court judgment. Kanu's lawyers admonishes Ohaneze delegation. Now, Ohaneze and they were making preparations to meet Bola Tinubu over the detention of Nnamdi Kanu. Continued detention of the leader of the IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. Now the legal team, they are admonishing the delegation, if they meet Tinubu, that they should say something that is reasonable. They should say something meaningful about the leader of the IPOB. Yes, they should put facts, figures on the table. Yes, being that Nnamdi Kanu committed no offense, being that he has been discharged and acquitted by a court of competent jurisdiction, being that the court have ordered that no court in the country have right to try him any longer, being that a court have said, look, he must be compensated adequately, being that the court have said, look, that the federal government have to apologize on the national dailies, being that the United Nations Working Group on Human Rights and Arbitrary Detention have declared his abduction and extraordinary rendition illegal and it is a crime against humanity, being that the same Human Rights Working Group on Arbitrary Detention of the United Nations have said that the federal government have to adequately compensate Nnamdi Kanu for the injustice, the crime they committed against him. So, all this is what the Ohaneze delegation have to put up. Yes, if they go to that place, that's what the legal team is saying. Do not go there and say you are pleading for political solution. You are pleading for leniency. And then you will put the entire Southeast and Biafra people in tight corner and jeopardy. Because anything that concerns Nnamdi Kanu will definitely affect the people of the zone in one way or the other. Either positive or negative. That is it. That's why people have to be very careful. In matters like this, that's why it is very important to advise these people as they go there. So they should not go there and start, shivering, and they will say something that will put the entire zone in trouble, in a mess. Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted. We must add our own voice to it. He has been discharged and acquitted by a court of competent, yes, underline, competent jurisdiction. So that is on that basis they will stand and ask for his immediate and unconditional release, as been demanded by the people of the Southeast zone, the Biafrans. They should equally tell them what's happening in the Southeast as a result of the troops they are bringing to the zone to destabilize it. Yes, it is doing a lot of damage to the zone, causing problem everywhere. The troops, they have to tell them about all these things. Look at what's happening. The area of roads movement, where you are traveling from one location to the other. You've seen the level of suffering, the experiences people are recounting. It's not palatable at all. Talking about roads, movement of people in roads, on the roads. See that people are suffering. As a result of this military checkpoint, what the army is doing, the occupation of the military, the killings, the forceful disappearances, the extrajudicial killings of the police, the unnecessary harassment, intimidation of these forces against the people in the Southeast zone. They should table those things to Bola Tinubu. Yes, and this as a result of the continued detention of Nnamdi Kanu, because the people are agitating for his release, and they are clamping down on them, persecuting them, sending troops to quell agitation for freedom. Oh yes. So these are the things they should put on the table and have discussions with it. So they should not go and put the region into trouble by their statements. Oh, we are pleading for leniency. That is what we are saying. Oh, pardon him. This is not true. We're not subscribing to this kind of statement. Pardoning, leniency, we'll beg, we'll plead. No. Tell him that this country, if you continue to disregard the rule of law and court judgment, you are causing anarchy. You are causing disaster, and they should be bold enough to tell the federal government these things. That's what the legal team is saying, and like I've said, we are joining our voices to say it, to tell them Go there, be firm and vociferous. Say the truth. You must have to say the truth. Someone said in this contraption that if you say the truth, you will die. If you keep quiet, you will die. You better say the truth, and that is it. And so they have to be bold enough to say the truth to power and say it with boldness. This is the situation of things in the South. They have to represent the people very well, adequately. Yes. So if it is for the first time, let us hear them speak for the people. We know they have been, they have not been living up to the bidding, up to the expectation. But if by this delegation, if by this movement, they will be bold enough to say the truth to power and say the way it is, it will be a starting point for them. Yes. So they have a window to show themselves as people who have some level of integrity. They have a window. If they go for this delegation, it's a window for them. This Ohaneze. Yes, that's what the legal team is saying. So let us see how it goes. All we are saying is for the release of Wářn Kanu, the unconditional release. As simple as that. So they should not be deceived by these Southeast governors who go to Abuja to curry favor. This Ohaneze should know that it is their own name that we are talking about. This delegation is their name that is at stake. Tomorrow they'll be written and say, look, this is what this person did. They will not mention that person that is pushing you to do those things. His name will not be there. If a particular governor is pushing you and telling you what to do while you are holding a particular offense for the people, the day of reckoning, he will not be mentioned. He will be only mentioned for his own sin he committed. But to your own, it will be tagged on to your own name and say, this so person did this thing. And that is what you have done when you are occupying social position. So you have to be men of integrity for once. Nnamdi Ohaneze. Go there and speak like people who have clout, people who have, strength, brave and determined people. That is it. Don't be a midget. Don't go and fidget and petrify, shrink, because you have seen a fellow human being. That is it. Being that as it may, we have said it. You have to say the truth. We are not telling people to go and tell lies. No, it is the truth. You have to say. And you have to say it boldly. That is it. So nobody will swallow each other. Nobody will swallow each other. You have to be bold enough to make your point clear that this Wářn Kanu committed no offense and has been discharged and acquitted by a court of competent jurisdiction. You have to be compensated adequately, as court have stated. And he must be released now, and unconditionally to restore peace and tranquility in the Southeast region and to remove the roadblocks, the troops, the tribes that have occupied the region